Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our first Sunday of 2025. So today is our White Stone ceremony, but before we begin, I invite you to stop this video and just get a piece of paper, a 3x5 card, or if you have a white stone from a previous ceremony, to get that out in preparation for our meditation today. Make sure that you also have a pen or pencil to write with as you receive your message today. Now, the White Stone ceremony is a special event that invites us to take pause from our daily living and reflect and open ourselves to divine guidance. It's a practice of listening. Really listening deeply to the still small voice inside that is actually calling us to grow, to transform, and to let us know our purpose in this life. And this ceremony provides an opportunity to release the past year and prepare our hearts and minds to receive a new word, a new phrase, maybe some type of a revelation from God that will actually guide us in this coming year. The white stone symbolizes purity, clarity, and also the fresh beginning that God offers to each and every one of us, actually every day, not just at the beginning of the year. In the ancient world, white stones were used in various ceremonies as symbols of new beginnings, of forgiveness, and of clarity for our lives. So as we reflect upon our lives and open ourselves to God's voice, we remember that that being is always speaking to us, inviting us into a deeper relationship with it, offering us wisdom, and actually calling us into new possibilities for our lives. Now, the meditation we'll do today is an invitation to quiet the distractions of the world, to turn inward, and to allow God's source to reveal to you a word or a message that's going to illuminate your path in the year ahead. So, as you prepare to receive the message of your white stone, I ask that you be filled with a deep sense of peace and expectancy, knowing that you are actually entering into a new chapter of divine transformation for yourself. So let's begin by finding a quiet place where you will not be disturbed. Sit comfortably, either in a chair or on the floor, with your spine straight and your feet grounded. Just close your eyes and take several deep breaths in, inhaling deeply through your nose and exhaling slowly through your mouth. Allow the breath to settle your body, calming any tension or restlessness. With each breath, just feel yourself coming into a place of stillness. Just imagine yourself standing in a peaceful meadow or sitting beside a soft river where the noise of the world is distant and the only sound you hear is the gentle rhythm of your own breath. And as you continue to breathe deeply, remind yourself that in this space, you are safe, you are loved, and you are open to receiving. Just allow yourself to release the concerns and burdens of this past year. Last week, we did the burning bowl ceremony, and sometimes there's some residue of things left over. So this is a time to let go of any residue of any regrets or fears or unresolved emotions that might be weighing you down. And just trust that in this moment you are fully present and able to listen to the voice of God with clarity and openness. Surrender your own will and desires and invite God to speak to your heart. Before we receive God's message for the year ahead, it is actually helpful to reflect upon this past year. In order to move forward, we must first understand where we've been. And this reflection is not about judgment or regret, but rather about acknowledging what we've learned, how we have grown, and where God has been faithful to us in our lives. So take a moment to review this past year. What were the high points? What were the low points? How did you experience God's presence throughout the year? Where did you see God's hand at work in your life? Perhaps there were moments of joy and celebration, moments where you really felt close to God, filled with peace and gratitude. Perhaps there were moments of challenge and struggle, times when you felt distant or uncertain. Wherever you are, know that God has been with you throughout it all. God, Source, has never left you. And that presence, that love, has always been constant. As you reflect upon this past year, you might ask yourself, what has God taught me? Where did I experience God's grace, even in the midst of difficulty? And in what ways have I grown or changed? So just acknowledge these moments. Give thanks for the lessons learned and release any unsolved feelings from the past. This is a time of cleansing, of preparing your heart for the new. And now we come to the most sacred part of the white stone ceremony, listening for the message from God. So allow yourself to sit in the silence with a feeling of openness inside of you. Just imagine yourself standing before a vast horizon with the fresh new year unfolding before you. You are standing at the threshold of 2025, and God is inviting you to step into a new season of life, full of potential and promise. And as you sit in the stillness, just begin to center your thoughts on the presence of God. Just picture in your mind the vastness of pure love, the warmth of loving light, and the depth of universal wisdom. Know that God's source is with you in this very moment, and that source itself desires to speak directly to you. So in your heart, just ask God to reveal a word or a message for this coming year. And this is not about striving or searching. It's about being open and receptive. Just let go of any expectations and simply invite God to show you what God wants you to hear. Just trust that Source itself knows what you need for the year ahead. Now you might silently pray, God, I open my heart to you. I am here to listen. Reveal to me the word, the message, or the guidance that you have for me in this season. I am ready to receive what you have for me. And now, as you sit in this openness, just allow your thoughts to be still and your spirit to be calm. Trust that the message you need will come to you in its perfect time. Just trust that God is speaking to your heart. It may come as a word, a phrase, an image, a feeling. It might be a quiet whisper or a deep knowing. God often speaks in ways that are personal to us. So pay attention to whatever arises in your heart. And I'm going to be quiet for a few moments so that you can listen. Your message could be a word that gives you peace, such as hope, courage, or joy. And perhaps it's an invitation to a new way of living or thinking. Maybe it's a call to action or urging you to step out in faith or make a change in your life. It could be a reminder of God's love or a challenge to let go of something that no longer serves you. Now, if nothing comes immediately, don't be discouraged. Simply trust that the message will come when the time is right. Be patient and continue to sit in the quiet presence of God. Now, sometimes the voice of Source itself is a gentle nudge that we must sit with for a while before it becomes clear. But as you listen, remember that the message is not a burden, but a gift. Whatever God speaks to your heart, it's meant to guide you with love and compassion. It's an invitation to walk more closely with Source itself, to experience that presence more deeply, and to live in alignment with that will. And now, once you receive the word or an image or a message that God has for you, just take a moment to fully embrace it. Allow it to sink deeply into your heart and reflect on what it means for you and how it speaks to the desires and needs of your soul for the coming year. And then write the word or message down on that piece of paper or in a journal and keep it somewhere safe where you can return to it throughout the year. And as you write, pray again, asking God to help you live according to the guidance that has been given you. Trust that this message is meant to be a light on your path. And as you sit with this, you might want to reflect on how this message will shape your actions in the months to come. What changes will you be making in your life in response to this guidance? How will this word or this message help you grow closer to Source itself? Become the person that you have been created to be. And finally, as you hold your paper or your white stone in your hand, symbolize the purity and fresh beginning that God offers. You may choose to write the message on the stone or the paper, or simply hold it as a reminder of the divine promise of the year ahead. And let this be a tangible symbol of your surrender to God's plan for your life. Knowing that Source will continue to guide and transform you throughout the coming year. And now take a deep breath and release any remaining fears or doubts or worries. And as you breathe out, just breathe all of that back out into the universe, being transformed and transmuted into pure light and released from you. Trust that the message you have received is exactly what you need for this season of your life. Embrace it with open hands and an open heart. And as you complete this ceremony, know that God is with you every step of the way. The message you have received is a guiding light for the year ahead. You may not have all the answers now, but as you step forward in faith, you can trust that Source itself will continue to lead you into its will. Now remember, the White Stone ceremony is not a one-time event, but a continual practice of listening, receiving, and following the voice of Source itself. So as you move into 2025, may you do so with a full heart and a full mind and a full being, full of expectancy, peace, and trust in the loving guidance of God. And now with your paper, your 3x5 card, your white stone, your journal, just as a symbol of your renewed commitment and the message you've received as a light to your path, just step forward into the new year, knowing that you are never alone. God is with you, and his message for you is one of hope, peace, and transformation. So I'd like to end this meditation this morning from some words from Joyce Rupp, A Brand New Year. My wish for you is that the single most significant dimension of life is your relationship with the source of goodness, who never ceases to sing love songs to your soul, that you find meaning, person, and purpose and vitality in what you do daily, that you treasure your loved ones and let them know how dear they are to you, that you make choices and decisions that reflect your truest self, that you look in the mirror at least once a day and smile in happy amazement, that you carry peace within yourself and encourage it to slip into the hearts of others, so our planet becomes a place where violence, division, and war are no more. May you go in peace into 2025. And may the peace and the love of Source itself be one with you. And so it is. God bless everyone. And may 2025 be a beautiful and incredible, loving year for each and every one of you. God bless. Take care.